Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. How are you? We hope you're having a great day. Hey, I want to talk to you about something that we see all the time, something you see all the time. People that complain about the Philippines, people that complain about all kinds of things here in the Philippines, even us. Let's talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Okay, complaining. And you know what? We get a lot of actual comments about it. It's funny. It really and truly is. But I think maybe you might misunderstand it, or some of those people might misunderstand it. Let's look at it like this: it doesn't apply just to the Philippines, it applies to everywhere. And when people complain, what's really happening? Well, before we go into that, please, if you appreciate our content, if you appreciate the effort we put into it, please help support the channel. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. All right. Throughout the entire world, people complain. It doesn't matter who they are. Look at Elon Musk. That bitch complains about everything. All right. But then he goes and he fixes it, and people fix it for him. Look at other people. Let's talk about regular people, since none of us are Elon Musk, and I doubt he'll ever watch our blog, that's for sure. But with that being said, why are you against people complaining? Now, certainly there are two sides to complaining. There are those people who complain just to troll, all right? Those people that complain just to be an incessant little keyboard bitch. Or there are those people that just tell the truth. Our channel, we try and tell you what's relevant, what's realistic, and what's honest. And there's no ill intention in that. If people don't complain, if they don't tell the truth, if they don't say what it is about something that they don't like, how do companies, governments, and everything else change? How does that happen? If an entire population is more than happy to use sandpaper because that's all they've ever used to wipe their ass, and nobody says, hey, this other stuff over here is not quite as scratchy. Wow. Popular voice brings something positive to the scene. If you don't complain, all right, if cell phone carriers, because this came about partially through the cell phone video I did, communication video I did, all right, if people don't complain, nobody changes. It stays the same. You know something? Those people that complain need to understand real fast. The world is not going to stay the way it is. It's going to change. Change is an evolutionary pattern that you cannot stop and you can barely control. If you don't complain, if you don't voice your opinion, if you don't say what it is that bothers you, how does that consumer, how do the people that are out there find that out? Obviously, 99% of you are not consumers. You don't donate money. You don't buy a membership. You just get information. But and that's great. Don't get me wrong. That's absolutely fantastic. We appreciate it. But if you don't complain, how do I know how to change things? Not that I would or could or intentionally, but it's possible that I would or could. It is the process of educating the people, voicing an opinion, all right? That's the way it works. If you can't let the cell phone companies know their service blows, if you can't let somebody else know that their service blows, all right, whether it's a store, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a process, okay? If you can't do that, if you don't do that, then how does it ever improve? And what's even more important, maybe, things are tolerable. We adapt to things. Just because a person complains doesn't mean they can't adapt. It doesn't mean that it's the end of their world. It doesn't mean that they're bitter over it. But it just means, hey, this could use some improvement. Well, the other side to that, that's even more important. If nobody changes things in a positive way, all right, how is it going to be any better for your children? How are your children going to be in a better world? Now, most of you, I look at our demographics. A vast majority of the people that watch this channel are over the age of 50. Okay? But that doesn't mean that they don't have children. And would you tell your children not to complain? Would you do that? Would you tell them, hey, you can't voice your opinion in a constructive way? Now, certainly the delivery is of the complaint is always going to be, at odds. It's always going to be debatable that this could be done this way or this could be done that way. Just because people here in the Philippines, just because foreigners, we get this. If you don't like the Philippines so much, if you're going to complain, then leave. Don't be there. Don't stay there. Well, fuck you. You know something? Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's a deal breaker, number one. Number two, it doesn't mean that it's nasty or wrong, okay? It simply doesn't. We get people that are out there that are like, hey, you know something? I went to a restaurant and I wanted a steak and I got a steak and it was horrible. It's the worst. The Philippines is the worst for steak. They don't raise cows. It's all nasty, blah, blah, blah. I tell you, that may be true. It may absolutely be correct. But try and get that shitty ass steak in Somalia. All right? Be grateful you had the ability to lick a piece of meat, much less eat it. But wouldn't it be better if the purveyor, the owner knew, hey, I would probably pay more for a better cut of beef. People need to recognize that complaining isn't wrong. Complaining is saying that I don't like this. This isn't right. It could be improved on. So why not? Why do people give complainers such a hard time? It's the delivery, the way they deliver it. Okay? Just like somebody delivers this video, the way this video is being delivered to you. I could spend hours putting together a script, going through it, saying, hey, you know what, this is a politically different, this might seem rude to 5 or 6 people or this. Nah, we just put it out there the way it is. Okay? And some people, this is going to offend as well. But complaining isn't something we should look at negatively. Now, trolls, assholes, people like that, sure, of course. All right. And you have to be able to weed that stuff out in your life when you're, looking at reviews on restaurants and things like that. All right. But the bottom line is, so a lot of that is constructive. A lot of that says, you missed out on selling me XYZ because I'm pissed off. I had to get in my car, fight traffic for an hour and a half to go 10 miles to your location because I couldn't find out whether you had something in stock that you're advertising. You're actually advertising it, but it's not in stock, and there's no way for me to check it. Believe it or not, stores and people pay attention to that stuff. So the next time you're going to complain, fine. And the next time you see somebody complain, take a look at how they deliver it. Is it delivered in a real and realistic fashion? Otherwise, I don't know. That's why it's very unusual for complainers to be a pain in the ass. They are just simply what they are. They're pointing out what's wrong and what could be improved, other than the trolls, of course. So, what do you think about it? Thanks. Have a great day.